Hello guys, so we are back again, and in this session we are going to do Cauchy inequality. Okay, but before that, since we have covered all the topics of Singage, okay, which were mth power, okay, weighted means, okay, AMGM inequality, general form of AMGM inequality, okay, questions on them. So we are going to do the solve example type questions, okay, and then we will move on to Cauchy inequality. Okay, so the first question, okay, from solved example is as follow. Let x1 comma x2 comma so on till xn be positive real numbers, and we define s is equals to x1 plus x2 and so on till xn. Prove that x1 plus 1 plus x1 into 1 plus x2 and so on till 1 plus xn is less than equal to 1 plus s square by 1 factorial plus s cube by 3 factorial and so on till n factorial, sn upon n factorial. So here our target term, since we want to get them in product, so apply. Okay, our target term will be this only. Apply am greater than equal to gm on what? 1 plus x1 comma 1 plus x2 and so on till 1 plus xn. Then what we are going to get? 1 plus x1, okay, 1 plus x1 plus 1 plus x2 plus 1 plus x3 and so on till 1 plus xn upon n. It is greater than equal to 1 plus x1, 1 plus x2, so on till 1 plus xn, the whole power 1 by n. Okay, now one more thing is that here if you observe, okay, we have got this thing which we wanted in proof. Okay, now we want to just manage this thing. Okay, if I open, we have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus so on. Okay, here there are n terms, so there will be n1, n plus x1 plus x2 plus x3 and so on till xn upon n greater than equal to same thing here. Then here these terms will be nothing but sum of one terms added n times will be nothing but n plus x1 plus x2 plus x3 till xn is nothing but s, so we will write here s upon n. But when we move this power of this here, it will become n should be greater than equal to 1 plus x1, 1 plus x2, 1 plus x3 and so on till 1 plus xn. Now if I just modify this, it is nothing but 1 plus sn upon n. Okay, and if I do the binomial expansion of this, it will be 1 plus s. Since I have not taught you binomial expansion, and we will move on this chapter after this. Okay, after this means after completing this sequence and series chapter, which is on its means we are on the end of this chapter. Okay, so for now you will means once I have taught that chapter, you will understand this type of easy expansions. Okay, okay, with ease. Okay, okay, sorry, I have done some mistake. Okay, so like this it will go on. It is just the binomial expansion. Okay, why we are doing it? In the binomial expansion, you can clearly observe that 1 upon 1 by n is upon 2 factorial. It is already less than 1. Okay, and when it is divided, it is okay, it is less than 1. Okay, whereas 1 minus 1 by n, 1 minus 2 by n upon 3 factorial is more less than 1. Okay, and so it will go on. Okay, so in this manner, okay, this thing can be written as 1 plus s plus, we can ignore that thing, upon 2 factorial plus okay, sorry, not 2 factorial. Okay, this thing is very small. Okay, and this thing is more small, so we can ignore this thing. So it will be s square upon 2 factorial, s cube upon 3 factorial and so on till, okay, and it will go on, which is till the last term sn upon n factorial. Okay, which is greater than equal to what? 1 plus x1, 1 plus x2 and so on till 1 plus xn. Okay, what we did first, we wanted to create this gp, so we applied am greater than equal to gm on these terms. Okay, after applying, we divided them, we separated the one term, since it is xn, so 1 will be n times, so we added them, and here appeared, and x1 plus x2 plus x3, xn is nothing but s, so we substituted s, then we separated n, which n divided with n is 1 plus s by n. Then we applied the binomial expansion. Okay, after this we analyzed that when n divided by 1 divided by n is almost 0.00 something like that, so it is less than 1. Okay, and similarly here it is more less than, so we can ignore these stuffs and we can directly write it 1 plus s square upon 2 factorial, which is the required proof. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is this question, second question. If 2x cube plus ax square plus bx plus 4 is equals to 0, bracket a and b are positive real numbers, has 3 real roots, then prove that a plus b greater than equal to 6 into 2 power 1 by 3 plus 4 power 1 by 3. Okay, how we can prove this? Okay, let alpha comma beta comma gamma be the roots. Okay, since it is a cubic, so 3 roots will be 3 roots. Okay, then we know alpha plus beta plus gamma will be nothing but minus a by 2. Alpha into beta into gamma will be nothing but negative positive minus 4 by 2 will be nothing but minus 2. Similarly, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha will be nothing but, okay, just b by 2. Okay, so here, okay, if I apply am greater than equal to gm on what? On alpha beta comma gamma, then we have alpha plus beta plus gamma upon 3 greater than equal to alpha beta gamma power 1 by 3. Here we know this value, this is nothing but minus, okay, minus a by 2 greater than equal to minus 2 by 1 by 3. We will move it here, therefore we will have, okay, what we are going to get, a minus a cube upon 8 is greater than equal to minus 2, so this will cancel out, okay, giving me finally a cube is greater than equal to 16. Okay, and yes, we are going to get, sorry, it is 3. Okay, this is 3, right? This is 3, then its cubic will be what? This is 2. What we can do is, here it was a by 2, so when we substitute it will be minus a by 6, sorry, it will be minus a by 6. Okay, I will write it again, minus a by 6. When I take the cube, a 6 power cube is 216, okay, which will move here, okay, and which will give me 216 into minus 2, okay, and here minus a, so minus sign will move, we can remove them, which will give me 216, okay, into 2. But if we observe, we want a, so we will move cube power here, which will give me 6 2 power 1 by 3. Okay, we will call it as a. Now similarly, what we will do, okay, this was, okay, I am solving this question here. Okay, we will apply am greater than equal to gm on what? Alpha beta gamma alpha. Okay, because that is the second value which we have, and from there only we can get b. So if we apply, then alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha upon 3 is greater than equal to alpha square beta square gamma square upon 1 by 3, which will give me minus 2 power 2 by 3. Okay, here we have what? b by 6. Okay, it will become b by 6. Here we can write it 4 power 1 by 3, and here b by 6 greater than equal to, so b cube upon 216 is greater than equal to 4, giving me finally b greater than equal to 6 power 4 by 1 by 3. Okay, so from here 1 and 2, if I add a and b, okay, let's call it as b, a and b, okay, we get a plus b is greater than equal to 6 times 4 1 by 3 plus 2 1 by 3, okay, 2 power 1 by 3. Okay, so this is our answer. Okay, hope you have understand each and every step, and this is what we wanted to prove. Okay, and one more thing, okay, just an additional information, it might be useful. Okay, if if a cubic equation ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d equal to 0, and here all terms are positive, there is no negative sign, okay, like here, okay, then then note that all roots will be negative number, negative number. So if you consider, if you want to consider root in such equation, try to take minus alpha, minus beta and minus gamma, which will reduce your job and will save you from negative signs, okay. But here we have taken alpha, beta and gamma, okay, but doesn't matter, your final answer will be same only, okay. Now let's move on, okay. The next question, okay, so the next question is this, okay, which says calculate the greatest value and the least value of this function f of x is equals to x power 4, x power 8 plus 2, x power 6 minus 4, x power 4 plus 8, x square plus 16. Now you cannot solve this question using inequality because, okay, there is no greater than equal to sign, okay. You cannot heat and tile, okay, there is no, okay, this is a partial fraction, okay. One more thing, this is a partial fraction, but here, okay, but here we cannot simplify it, okay. You can see it is very complicated function, okay. So we don't have a proper way to eliminate it, plus there is a constant here, okay, which is also a problem, okay. So here how we can solve it using sequence and series, okay, that is a thing, okay. First this is very high number. When it is divided by this, it will be probability, means it will be positive, but it will be what, okay, we want to know. So here I have one thing, I am confirmed, the x power 8 is perfectly greater than equal to 0, x power 4 is also greater than equals to 0, x power 2 is greater than equal to 0, x power 6 is greater than equal to 0. Then what is confusion is this 2 power 6 minus 4 x power 4 plus 8x square, is this greater than equal, because if this is greater than equal to 0, okay, then I am very damn sure that these two will automatically, the whole thing will be greater than equal to 0, okay, and it will be positive, okay. If it is positive, then here, okay, we will get some particular value, okay, what will be the nearest neighboring number, okay. So for that, what we can do, when we are very sure that if we divide, there will be something like 0 point, okay. But to prove that theoretically, we know that x power 8 is greater than equal to this thing, but we want to know that whether what is the nature of this, okay. If all it is positive, then its function will be 0, okay, its value will be 0, okay. Because when a very high number, okay, very small number is divided very high number, it is 0 point like this, okay. So how we can prove this, okay, if we apply am greater than equal to gm on what, 2x power 6 and 8x square. Why? Because if I multiply them, okay, it will be x power 8, and since two terms, so divide by 1 by 2, so it will become 4, okay, which we want to create, okay. Then only we can know the nature. So the moment I apply this 2 power 6 plus 8x square upon 2 greater than equal to 2x power 6 into 8x square, the whole power 1 by 2, I will be left with, here this thing is there, this will move here, okay, which will give me 2 into 16, okay, which will become 4, okay, 4, and here, okay, 4 is forming, and x power 4, okay. So here 2 times 4x square per 4 plus 2x power 6 plus 8x power 4, okay. So what I can do, right simple thing, that is I can take 1 4x power 4 here, which will become minus 4x power 4 greater than equal to 4x power 4, okay. Now I know x power 4 is greater than equal to, into multiplied by 4, so this is greater than 0, so then this is also greater than 0, okay. So we prove that this is what, positive, okay, this is what, positive. If this is positive, then I can say f of x is greater than equal to 0, okay. F of x is what, greater than equal to 0. So least value is 0. Okay, so in this way you have to proceed if there is no other way out. Okay, because when a higher number is divided, okay, we can directly make out its least value. Okay, for greatest value what we will do, okay, we will try to, okay, reciprocal. Okay, because if I take the reciprocal, okay, what will happen, this x power 4 will means cancel out from all this x power 4, it will become 4, x power 6 will become x power 2, x power 4 will move out. Okay, and like this, okay, the equation will change, and here, okay, it will be a it will not be, no longer be a partial fraction. Okay, so let's see, if I take 1 by f of x, it will become x power 8 plus 2x power 6 minus 4x power 4 plus 8x square plus 16 upon x power 4, which will indirectly become x power 4 plus 2x square minus 4 8 by x square plus 16 by x power 4. In the next step what we will do, we will take x power 4 plus 16 by x power 4. Okay, and here what we will do, 2 will take common, x square plus 4 by x square minus 4. Okay, 1 upon f of x. Okay, so this is what we are getting. Okay, this is what we are getting. Further on, what we can do, okay, here we are getting something like this. Okay, I want to create, okay, if I, is there we can do anything in AMGM? Okay, if we got this value and this value, okay, if I get this and this value, maximum value, then I can substitute them and take a reciprocal and get f of x maximum value. Okay, for that apply am greater than equal to gm on x power 4 and 16x power 4 will give me x power 4 plus 16x power 4 by 2 greater than equal to 16 power 1 by 2. Okay, x power 4 cancel out, will give me x power 4 plus 16x power 4 greater than equal to, okay, I will be left with 4, this will become 8, so I will keep it as a. Further on, similarly what we will do, apply am greater than equal to gm on what, x power 4 plus 4 by x square, sorry, x square. Okay, then what we are going to get, sorry, here and will come, then x square plus 4 by x square upon 2 greater than equal to x square into 4 by x square. Okay, the whole power 1 by 2, which will give me here what I am going to get, x square plus 4 by x square greater than equal, this will cancel out, giving me 2, and 2 will multiply and give me 4. Okay, so I got this and this greatest value, which was the missing thing in my equation. So I will substitute there. Okay, the moment I substitute there, I will get my 1 of f of x value. Here I have 8 plus 2 into 4 minus 4, which will give me this is 8 is 4 12. Okay, so we are getting 12, but this is what, 1 upon f of x, so f of x will be what, 1 by 12. Okay, and this will be what, all the values are greater than equal to. Okay, so here it was greater than equal to, but when I take reciprocal, okay, the moment I take reciprocal, it will become less than equal to. Okay, here also it was greater than equal to, but the moment I take reciprocal, it will become less than equal to, inequality will reverse. Okay, which will give me 1 upon 12. So it is less than equal to 1 upon 12. So maximum value is 1 by 12. Okay, there was, okay, first we know that when something like this appear, where the partial fraction cannot be simplified, okay, we know x power 8, okay, x power 6, okay, these things are positive. We just want to know the nature of this. Okay, we are very sure that its least value will be 0. Okay, because this is a polynomial function, okay, and it will always be positive. Okay, but to prove this that this is positive, we use this am greater than equal to, we were stuck only on this part. Okay, it might be negative. Okay, to prove that we applied am greater than equal to gm. Okay, but here, okay, that is required practice. Okay, because only few people will understand we need to target these two terms. Okay, that is the trickiest part. Okay, the moment you understand, your job is done. You will prove f of x greater than equal to 0, least value is 0. In the second thing, what you will do, 1 upon f of x you will take. Okay, x power 8 plus 2 x power 6 minus 4 x power 4 plus 8 x square plus 16 divided by 4. I took the reciprocal. Okay, the moment I take reciprocal, okay, the power will the x power 4 will divide throughout. Okay, giving me this equation. Then I brought the term similar. Okay, and then I just wanted to get this value and this value. Okay, because the moment I multiply them, they will cancel out. So applying AMN greater than equal to GM was the best idea. I applied and got the answer. Okay, more on what I can say. Okay, there was no point in taking taking reciprocal and finding the least value. Okay, why? Because okay, least value, the moment you find that, okay, least value, for least value means it will give you greater than, because the moment you have to find this greatest value. Okay, then you have to search for the least value of these two, but by AMGM you cannot get the least value. Okay, so that is the problem. But you can go for the mth power. Okay, but no, you cannot. No, it is greater than x power 4. Okay, square. Okay, there also no. So for here, since till now what we have taught, am greater than equal, so from there it is not practically possible to get the minimum value. If you know the function, okay, calculus, then you can put the minimum value and get, okay, the minimum value of f of x. Okay, so now let's move on to the next question. Okay, which is this question. Okay, if a comma b comma c are three distinct positive real numbers in GP, then prove that, okay, prove that c square plus 2ab is greater than 3ac. Okay, to prove this, okay, this question, okay, here a comma b comma c are in GP, so what I can do, b square is equals to ac. Simple. One more thing which I can do, okay, is that I want to create this, okay, plus here 3 will appear only if it comes from here. Okay, so what I will do, I will target c square ab comma ab. Why? Because I want to create 3 terms. Okay, then only 3 will appear. Okay, so the moment I do this, apply am greater than equal to gm. Okay, my targeted terms are these: c square plus ab upon 3 greater than equal to what? Greater than equal to what? C square plus C square ab into ab, okay, the whole upon 1 by 3. 3 terms are there. Okay, here c square plus ab. Okay, here what we will keep it as only because this is in our proof, and we will move it that side, which will give me 3 here, and c square a square. Okay, this will ab. Okay, this will become c square a square into b square upon 1 by 3. Okay, and further on b square I can write as ac, then it will become a square c square, and here ac one more, so it will finally become 3 into a cube and c cube upon 1 by 3, which will give me greater than equal to 3ac. Okay, hope you have understand each and every step. Okay, the question was very easy, just you need to know which term you should target. Okay, the idea of 3, okay, will give you a particular way. Okay, that 3 will appear from here only, and for that it will give you that you have to break these terms, 3 terms, these 2 terms are, so it was very confirmed that you have to break it into 2 parts. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question which we are going to take, okay, so this is our next question, which is question number 5th. If x and y are real numbers such that 16 power x square plus y plus 16 power x plus y square is equals to 1, then the value of x and y. Okay, so let's apply on these terms. Okay, because its value we know, apply am greater than equal to gm on what? 16 x square plus y and 16x plus y square. The moment I apply 16x square plus y plus 16x plus y square upon 2 greater than equal to 16x square plus y into 16x plus y square, the whole power 1 by 2 will give me, I know this value 1 by 2 greater than equal to, this will be 16 power x square plus y plus x plus y square, the whole power 1 by 2. Okay, and here what we can do, greater than equal to, this I can write as 4 square, which will cancel out with this and give me finally, okay, this I can write x square plus y plus x plus y square. Okay, this will be more like this, and which will cancel out, give me 4 into x square plus y plus x plus y square. Okay, because here comparing is the only option to get the answer. So 2 greater than equal to, so then I can write it as 2 power 2 into x square plus y plus x plus y square. Okay, and this I can write as 2 power minus 1 greater than equal to 2 power 2 into x square plus y plus x plus y square. Okay, now if I compare the powers, minus 1 is greater than equal to 2x square, okay, 2x square, 2y square, 2y square, 2x, 2y. Okay, so if I divide throughout by 2, okay, it will give me, okay, let me take the next page. If I divide throughout by 2, I will get minus 1 by 2 greater than equal to x square plus y square plus x plus y. Now this thing I can break into minus 1 by 4 and minus 1 by 4 greater than equal to x square plus y square plus x plus y, because this is nothing but x plus 1 by 2 the whole square. Okay, so here we can write x square plus x plus 1 by 4 plus y square plus y plus 1 by 4, okay, is what, less than equal to 0, giving me finally x plus 1 by 2 the whole square plus y plus 1 by 2 the whole square is less than equal to 0. Okay, so this is our answer. Okay, from here this is only possible in one case, when they individually become 0, that is x is equals to minus 1 by 2 and y is equals to minus 1 by 2. Okay, hence we got the answer. Okay, how we proceed, the value is given of these two terms, any other value we don't know, so we proceeded by applying am greater than equal to gm. After that, the moment I apply, okay, this term got multiplied, okay, since the base is same. Okay, then we wrote 16 as 4 square. Okay, further on 2 got cancelled out, then we wrote 2 power 2, because the only way to get the answer was by comparing. So after comparing we got this equation, we divided throughout by 2. Okay, then I saw that there is a high chance of forming x square plus x plus 1 by 2 the whole square. Okay, so we formed that and got our answer that x is equals to minus 1 by 2 and y is equals to 1 by 2, because this is very common condition which we studied in quadratic. X square plus y square is equals to 0 is only possible when the terms individually become 0. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. The next question is this question: in how many parts an integer n greater than equal to 5 should be deselected so that the product of the part is maximized? Okay, we have to how many parts of parts an integer. Okay, how many parts means how many parts, in how many parts an integer n greater than, okay, so how many integer we should select so that the product, okay, the product of the part is maximized. Okay, so we have to, okay, and should be, okay, the number we have to select a number greater than equal to 5, okay, and in such a way that the, okay, such a way that the product is maximum. Okay, dissected in how many parts an integer. Okay, means an integer is dissected. Wait a minute, let me understand how many parts an integer n greater than equal to 5 should be dissected. Okay, so we are taking a number, okay, it is a random number which is greater than equal to 5. Okay, we have to break it into small parts. Okay, and in such a way that when we take product of them we get maximum value. Okay, so this is what the question want to tell us. Okay, so let suppose we break dissect it in x1, x2, x3 and so on till xn part. The moment we did that, the only option is applying am greater than equal to gm on it, which will give me x1 plus x2 plus x3. Okay, there is no other way around, upon n greater than equal to x1, x2 so until xn upon 1 by n. Here, okay, if you take some number greater than 5, okay, you will observe, okay, if you take any number, okay, any number of numbers, okay, any numbers greater than 5, okay, and add them and take their am, okay, in the starting, if you take 2-3 numbers, okay, all the numbers should be greater than 5. Okay, if you take the numbers, okay, if you proceed, or if you start taking 50 numbers, 60 numbers, okay, when you will get the am maximum, okay, the am will be maximum as we start taking more number, will be maximum when all the terms start becoming same. Okay, and here we want the maximum. Okay, maximum of what? Maximum of this, okay, product. Okay, so we will consider this as our function f of x, and we want to maximize it. So we know this will be maximum if this is maximum, and this is maximum when all the terms are same. Okay, because we have considered a large number of terms. Okay, so x1 should be equal to x2, should be equal to x3, and should be equal to xn, and so on. Okay, and so on is equal to xn. Okay, so there are till n number of terms, so we are taking some capital N upon small n. We will move this n here, which will become this into f of x. Okay, now you know, to get the maximum, okay, of a function, we have to check it is continuous. Then we have to take f of x, put it equal to 0 and get x. Okay, this is the process which you will study in AOD, application of derivative, maximum minimum. Okay, so for now you have to just understand. Okay, and all algebraic, trigonometric, exponential, okay, functions are continuous in their domain. Okay, for now you understand that this function f of x is continuous. Okay, continuous. Since I have not taught calculus now, continuous. Okay, so I'm not going to prove it. Okay, the moment we study continuity in detail, you will automatically able to understand these type of functions are easy. I've given you hint that all the trigonometrics, algebraic, okay, polynomial functions are continuous, okay, logarithmics in their domain. So f of x is continuous, we came to know. Now we want to differentiate it, so we will try to take it in x. Okay, because our f of x, okay, is x and it has n values which we have represented by x, so we will write is n by x power x, okay, is equals to f of x. So we will differentiate. The moment I differentiate, f of x is equals to x will be nothing but, since it is a constant power x, okay, then it is always what? F of x first, then ln this n by x base minus 1. Okay, so this is the differentiation. In the next step, what we will put f dash x is equals to 0 to get x value, which is the maxima. The moment you put f of x into ln n by x minus 1, okay, the moment you put, you will come to know, okay, I'm solving it here. The moment you put, you will come to know that this all things become 0, and here 1 appears, is equals to ln n by x, giving you e. Okay, e is equals to n by x. We want x value, x is equals to n by e. So we got the maximum value at x is equals to n by. So we have to break it in this number of parts. Okay, in this number of, means in this ratio. Okay, then a number greater than 5 will have maximum product value. Okay, so now let's move on. Okay, should I explain it again? What we have to select a number greater than 5, we have to break, okay, break it okay, in some ratio, okay, so that the product is some maximum, okay, product maximum. And then I told you the logic that when I start taking more numbers in AM, okay, more on, then I tell that we are dissecting the number, any number in action parts. We applied AM greater than GM on it, okay, we got this thing. Because what was the idea of applying AM greater than? Because there only we will get the product. We consider it as our f of x. We move the n here. We want to maximize this, so we have to maximize this before. Okay, to maximize, we came to know that as we move forward, we start taking one number, the AM will be maximum when the number become equal. So we equated them, they all are equal. Then if they are all equal, there are n numbers, so they will become n divided by n the whole power n. Okay, then here we have put x, okay, and it is a function. To maximize, we have to check it is continuous, differentiate it, put f of f dash x is equals to 0, get the x, and that x point is the maximum point, okay. And since we have not taught continuity, I have told you just to understand that this is continuous. Okay, since it is continuous, we have differentiated it and replaced n by x. The moment I replace n by x, okay, then I differentiated it, got f dash x is equals to f of x into ln n by x minus 1. I put the f dash x is equals to 0 as I told. Then this will divide by this and will become 0. 1 will move here, and we will get finally x ratio n by e, which is and the maximum value, and the maximum value is n by e. Is that x is equals to n by e. Now let's move on to the next question. Okay. So the next question is we are going to encounter, okay, is this question. If x plus y plus z is equals to 1 and x comma y comma z are positive, then show that x plus 1 by x the whole square plus y plus 1 by y the whole square plus z plus 1 by z the whole square is greater than 100 by 3. Okay, so if I apply AM greater than equal to GM on this number only, okay, no here, okay, here powers are appearing, okay, so I'm not going to apply. I can apply is x plus 1 by x, okay. To create this, I will apply mth power mean, and here if you clearly see m is greater than 1, that is m is equals to 2. So I will write what? X plus 1 by 2 the whole square, y plus 1 by y the whole square, plus z plus 1 by z the whole square upon 3 is greater than equal to x plus 1 by x plus y plus 1 by y plus z plus 1 by z the whole by 3 power 2. We know the x plus y plus z value, which is nothing but 1 from here. So 1 plus 1 by x plus 1 by y plus 1 by z the whole power 3 is the whole square, okay. So now to prove this, we need to get the value of 1 by x, 1 by y, 1 by z, okay. So how we can get that value? Okay, if you observe, this is nothing but x power minus 1 plus y power minus 1 plus z power minus 1, so all have power minus 1, so it is m less than 0. So we can apply m minus 1 plus y minus 1 plus z minus 1 upon 3 is less than, okay, less than equal to x minus x plus y plus z, okay, upon 3 minus 1, right? Okay, the moment this is 1, okay, this is 1 by 3 power minus 1. The moment I take reverse, this inequality will get reversed, okay, it will be 3, and this will be x inverse, y inverse, z inverse, okay, we have reciprocated it, so it is, okay, we are getting some different value, okay, which will give me inequality has changed, okay. So what we are getting, 1 by x plus 1 by y plus 1 by z as nothing but, okay, 3 will move from here to here, will give me 9, okay, we have reversed both, okay, we have taken reciprocal of this and reciprocal of this, okay, which will give me 3, and this 3 will multiply with this 3, giving me finally this value, okay. So I got my this value. Now I can substitute it here, okay, we can substitute it here. No, it will be like this, because we have taken reciprocal here also and here also, then it will be same only. In the starting I have taken reciprocal on this only, then inequality will reverse, but here also we have taken reciprocal. Okay, so in taking reciprocal twice, so inequality will stay there only. Okay, so we have its means maximum value, which we will substitute here and see what we are getting. Then what we are getting, x plus 1 by 2 the whole square plus y plus 1 by 2 the whole square plus z plus 1 by 2 the whole square is greater than equal to, substitute here, 1 plus 9 by 3 the whole square, giving me 100 by 9. This 3 will cancel out with this 3, giving me 100 by 3. What? X plus 1 by 2 the whole square, y plus 1 by 2 the whole square, z plus 1 by 2 the whole square. Okay, so this is our answer. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. So we are going to move on to the last question. Let me get the page. Where is the last question page? Okay, so this is the last question, which says if a comma b and c are the three positive real numbers, then find the minimum value of a square plus 1 upon b plus c plus b square plus 1 upon a c plus a plus c square plus 1 upon a plus b. Okay, so here using, okay, I will use what, am greater than equal to gm. Okay, if I use it on each term, okay, separately, a square plus 1 upon 2 will be greater than equal to what, a square into 1 the whole upon 1 by 2, which will give me a, and this 2 will move here. So finally I will be left with a square plus 1 is greater than equal to 2a. If I divide by b plus c, what I have, a square plus 1 upon b plus c greater than equal to 2a upon b plus c. Okay, this is my 1. Similarly, I will apply on b square plus 1 by 2 greater than equal to b, which will give me b square plus 1 is greater than equal to 2b. Finally, b square plus 1 divided by c plus a is greater than equal to 2b upon c plus a. And last thing, c square plus 1 a plus b is greater than equal to 2c upon c a plus b. So this was third, this was second. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to add them. Okay, the moment I add them, let me get the next page. If I add them, what I have a square plus 1 upon a plus c, b square plus 1 upon c plus a plus c square plus 1 upon a plus b is greater than equal to 2a upon b plus c, 2b upon c plus a, 2c upon a plus b. So we have to prove this thing. To prove this thing, what I will do, I will add 2 here, okay, which will generate a plus b in the top. So 2a upon b plus c, I will add here 2 here, c plus a 2 here, and similarly 2c upon a plus b 2 here, and then subtract 6. 2 4 6 minus 6, which will give me twice a plus b plus c upon b plus c, twice a plus b plus c upon c plus a, twice c plus a plus b upon a plus b, minus 6. Okay. So finally what we are going to do, we are going to take, okay, so we want to get the maximum value of this thing. So we'll take 2 common from here. I will be left with a plus b plus c upon b plus c plus a plus b plus c upon c plus a plus a plus b plus c upon a plus b, minus 6. Okay, so we want to get the maximum value of this, then we will get the maximum value of this. For that we will apply am greater than equal to hm. on this, which will give me a plus b plus c upon b plus c, a plus b plus c upon c plus a plus b plus c upon ab divided by 3 is greater than equal to 3 upon here b plus c upon a plus b plus c, c plus a upon a plus b plus c, a plus b upon a plus b plus c. So here what we are getting, since 3 upon this will become twice a plus b plus c upon a plus b plus c, since base is same this will cancel out giving me 3 by 2, and further on this 3 will move here giving me 9 by 2. Okay, so we are getting 9 by 2. Okay, which is this. Okay, this is greater than equal to, which we will substitute here. Okay, which will give us finally, okay, now let's move on, which will give us finally what we are going to get finally is a square plus 1 upon a plus c plus b square plus 1 upon c plus a plus c square plus 1 upon a plus b is greater than equal to 2 into 9 by 2 minus 6, which is greater than 9 minus 6, which is greater than equal to 3. Hence, okay, we got the answer. Okay, hence proved. Okay, no, not proof, answer we got. Okay, so this was the thing. Okay, so this was the thing which we are done with. Okay, and in the now we are going to proceed with the Cauchy inequality. Okay, and then we will see what some other inequality also with Cauchy inequality. Okay, so guys, the Cauchy inequality is as follow. Okay, the Cauchy inequality. Okay, is it called this inequality is called Cauchy-Shaw inequality, but I mostly speak Cauchy. Okay, so I write Cauchy inequality. Okay, Cauchy-Shaw equality, that is its complete name, but I write Cauchy only, Cauchy-Shaw. Okay, just remember that, but I don't write Shaw. Okay, all the real purpose is that I don't know this, means I don't really remember that word. Okay, Shaw, Cauchy-Shaw. So I just remember mostly Cauchy, so I call it by Cauchy inequality. Okay, what this inequality is all about. Okay, if you have two set of real number. Okay, let's take two set of real number. Let's take two set of real numbers, which set a1, a2, a3 and so on till an, and b1, b2, b3 and so on till bn. Okay, then what I can tell by Cauchy-Shaw inequality, I can write down that a1 square plus a2 square, okay, plus a3 square and so on till an square into b1 square plus b2 square and so on till bn square is greater than equal to a1, b1, a2, b2 and so on till an, bn the whole square. Okay, so this inequality is called Cauchy-Shaw inequality, and it is given by this. Okay, just you have to remember this. Okay, and in general, if you want for your general, in general for memorization, I can tell it in general. It is nothing but just summation. What I is equals to 1 to n. Okay, summation ai square into summation I is equals to 1 to n bi square the whole square. Okay, greater than equal to what, summation I is equals to 1 to n summation ai bi okay, the whole square. So I think inside, okay, there is no power. Okay, so this is the general form, okay, general form of Cauchy-Schwarz inequality. Now it is just telling that if you take two set of numbers, okay, one set is a1, a2, a3 till an, other set is b1, b2, b3 till bn, then what it tells that individual square of the two sets of real number, okay, when squared and the product are multiplied, it is always greater than equal to the product square, okay. So which is given by summation ai square into summation bi square greater than equal to summation ai bi the whole square, okay. So this is what they want to tell, okay. Now equality in this formula, equality holds when a1 upon b1 is equals to a2 upon b2 and so on till an upon bn. Now if any person tells me this much about any inequality, I will surely feel uncomfortable. Why? Because I don't know its derivation. But believe me, the derivation is of least, means it is not any much importance. Even if I tell you, in the end it will just going to waste our time only, okay. It is just the basic means you can easily prove it from quadratic equation, okay. But by observing this type of inequality, okay, okay, so you might feel uncomfortable. So I don't want to scare you, so I have to prove it, okay, so that you can feel comfortable, because this inequality is completely new to you, okay. So I will prove it, okay. How I will prove? Okay, I am proving it, okay. I am proving so that you can understand the chapter, okay. If I consider a function, okay, I am proving it by quadratic, okay. If I consider a function like this, okay, b1 x minus a1 the whole square plus b2 x minus a2 the whole square, okay, and b3 x minus a3 the whole square, and so on till bn x minus an the whole square. What you can say about this function? Here this function, there is quadratic here, every bx minus a to the whole square, okay, and here it is sum of square, okay, sum of square of the terms, okay, which follow this order, b1 x minus a1 the whole square. It is what greater than equal to 0. It will always be greater than equal to, because it is sum of square. You know that sum of square x square plus y square, what you can say, they can always be greater than equal to 0. That is the basic thing which you can say about square term, two square terms. So if that is true, then this, okay, if I open this, I would have bi square x square minus 2 b1 a1 x plus a1 square, right? Similarly here in b2 I will have b2 x square minus 2 b2 a2 x okay, plus what, a2 square, and here this will go on till what is the end term, bn square x square minus 2 bn x an plus an square, okay, and it should be greater than equal to 0. Now if this is true, then can I do this thing? I can collect all these square terms, which I can write as summation I is equals to 1 to n bi square, what you say, into x square. Similarly 2 into summation I is equals to 1 to n ai into bi into x. Similarly summation I is equals to 1 to n ai square, okay, the whole square is greater than equal to 0. Okay, this is what I have just collected all the terms and used, okay, and formed a quadratic equation using sigma notation, okay. So here if a quadratic equation, this is quadratic equation, although I have taught you quadratic equation so much in detail, when a quadratic curve is completely upward, okay, here it is in two cases it can be like this, it is telling greater than equal to 0. Okay, you can refer my quadratic equation lectures, they are in complete detail. When such type of curve appear, we can surely say, okay, this curve is possible if d is what, less than 0, or d is less than equal to 0. Okay, these two conditions are only possible if d is less than equal to 0. So what we will apply, 4 into summation I is equals to 1 to n ai bi the whole square minus 4 summation bi square, okay, I is equals to 1 to n into summation I is equals to 1 to n ai square, okay, is what I told you, it is less than equal to 0. In the next step, what I can do, I can divide throughout by 4, which will give me finally summation I is equals to 1 to n ai into bi, okay, the whole square minus I is equals to 1 to n ai square summation I is equals to 1 to n bi square. The individually they are squaring. 4 ab bi square. No. Okay, so what we are going to do here? Okay, so here we got this thing. Okay, we are getting something like this. Okay, we are getting something like this. Okay, so what we are going to do? Okay, now here what we will take, we will take this, okay, we will take this that side, means this one, okay, we will take this that side, which will give me summation ai bi the whole square I is equals to 1 to n is less than equal to summation ai I is equals to 1 to n summation I is equals to 1 to n bi square. Okay, so equality will hold if what will happen, okay, when they will become equal, okay, when this will be equal, it will be equal only if a1 upon b1 are equal. If a1 upon b1 are equal, okay, then they will cancel out here. Okay, so here, okay, equality holds. Okay, also one more thing, okay, d it has two cases, d less than 0 and d equal to 0. D equal to 0 means the roots should be equal. Okay, roots should be equal. Okay, this is all quadratic equation. Okay, so from here root should be equal. So here in this case root can be equal. a1 upon b1 should be equal to a2 upon b2 is equal to a3 upon b3 and so on till an upon bn. Okay, if they can be equal in this ratio, then what will happen? This will become equal to 0. Okay, they will become equal. Okay, so in this way we have proved, okay, this inequality. If you observe here, see, individual terms are multiplied, okay, and it is showing the equality, okay, Cauchy inequality. Okay, you can just check. Okay, let me take the page. Okay, which was this? Okay, this was the thing which we used. Okay, and this is what we are getting. Okay, so in generally we have just proved the Cauchy inequality. Okay, so what we are going to do is, for now, for the timing, we are going to apply some questions, and equality appears when they become equal, and which is possible if d is equals to 0, that is the case, that is of equal roots, which will happen when a1 upon b1 is equals to a2 upon b2 and so on. Okay, so I have explained you the proof of Cauchy inequality, and after explanation I tried my best. Hope you have understand. Okay, it was just a quadratic equation simple proof. Okay, and we will do some decent questions on this, and using Cauchy inequality we will prove Nesbit inequality. Okay, and in Nesby inequality we will also use homogeneous function inequality. Okay, I will teach you that also. It is not a very great thing, it is just a simple thing. Okay, and then in the end I will tell you the importance of inequality, how you need to go in which pattern and study inequality in what way. Okay, so we are done with the proof. Okay, if you are not understanding or you're finding any difficulty in understanding, then there is probably a high chance that your quadratic equation is weak. So you have to brush up your quadratic equation, because Cauchy inequality is a very simple inequality. It is just an application of quadratic equation to prove. Okay, in the starting only I was telling you that proof is not of any importance. You just need to remember the inequality. Like in the mth power, the proof was not important. Okay, similarly goes for the in one more proof in one more thing I didn't proved. Okay, as I told you, proof is of not any importance. Okay, so we are going to do questions on Cauchy inequality. Okay, and then when you feel comfortable, okay, then we will do some more inequality and then wind up this lecture. So the first question on Cauchy inequality is this question: if 2 tan alpha plus 3 tan beta plus 6 tan gamma is equals to 7, then find the least value of tan square alpha plus tan square beta plus tan square gamma. Okay, so how listen, Cauchy inequality questions, the like in m power, you have to decide a and b. Similarly, same here also, if you are good at deciding your a and b, then you will always get your answer. Okay, you will always get your answer. So this will happen only with practice. Okay, just see this question. Okay, it is asking tan square alpha plus tan square beta plus tan square gamma. Okay, many children will do one mistake. Okay, they will take a tan square alpha, tan beta, tan gamma as their a1, a2, a3, and similarly they will again take tan alpha, tan beta, tan gamma as their b1, b2, b3, because they think that square will appear in this case easily. But here, okay, this is what mistake children do. Please avoid this. Okay, this is a very means you are not very much matured in solving Cauchy inequality. Okay, so here what we will take is 2, 3, 6, and second choice will be tan alpha, tan beta, and tan gamma. That is very obvious. It will be our a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3. Okay, so what we are going to do, we will apply Cauchy inequality, because here square of each a1 square plus b2 square plus a3 square and into b1 square plus b2 square plus b3 square is greater than equal to a1 into b1, a2 into b2 plus a3 into b3, which will give me this. Okay, so I have this value. Okay, so try to take term in such a manner that when terms the terms formed from that thing, you have some value from that. Okay, so here by Cauchy inequality, by Cauchy inequality, what I can do is I can write 2 square plus 3 square plus 6 square, okay, into tan square alpha plus tan square beta plus tan square gamma is greater than equal to, what I can write, 2 tan alpha, 3 tan beta, 6 tan gamma. Okay, so we can write this. We have this value, and this is nothing but 47 tan square alpha plus tan square beta, and it is square, plus tan square gamma is greater than equal to 7 square, which is nothing but greater than equal to 49, and this is also 49. Okay, so this we will move here, which will give us finally our answer as tan square beta plus tan square gamma is greater than equal to 1. Okay, so we have got our answer by Cauchy inequality. Okay, so now you must have understand that the whole game is of deciding a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3. Okay, if you start feeling good at taking the terms, then inequality is very easy topic for you. Okay, but that thing again comes by solving many problems only. Okay, there is no general trick. Okay, in inequality, that's why many teachers, even after solving so many questions, the students still suffers so much problem in inequalities. And I have tried my best to teach you inequality in detail. Okay, but please, in the end of the video, please take my advice. The last thing which I'm going to mention in the video is of real importance. Okay, so this is the second question on Cauchy inequality. If tan alpha is a constant, then find the greatest value of cos sin theta plus under root sin square theta plus sin square alpha. Okay, so this question, we want to find the greatest value of this thing, which is this. So what we should do, we will open this cos theta into sin theta plus cos theta into under root sin square theta plus sin square alpha is equals to some lambda. Okay, then we will do what? We will target terms, what? Cos theta sin theta, okay, and what? Cos theta under root sin square theta plus sin square alpha. Now, how your question should be, how did you targeted these terms? How you got an idea that we should take these terms only? Okay, that you will get that if I square this, I will get 1. Okay, and if I square this, I will again get 1, because under root will move out and cos square sin square will become 1. Plus when I multiply, I will get this. Okay, so in this way you have to think. Okay, so the moment I apply by Cauchy inequality, Cauchy-Shaw inequality, but I write Cauchy inequality. Okay, what I will have? Cos square theta plus sin square theta. Okay, so now you must have understand what was the purpose of taking it. The moment I will take square of it, root will disappear, and which will again form sin square plus cos square theta. Okay, and reduce my job is greater than equal to what? This sin theta sin square theta into cos theta. Okay, we will take in this order: sin theta into cos theta, a1 b1, okay, and then a1 b1, then cos theta under root sin square theta into sin square alpha. Okay, the whole square. Okay, the whole square. Okay, after this we have put this value as lambda, so we will write here lambda square, and this will become 1 into this will again become 1 plus sin square alpha, and will be greater than lambda square, which will give me finally under root 1 plus sin square alpha. Okay, under root will be lambda. Okay, so lambda max value is nothing but under root 1 plus sin square alpha. So now you must have understand, okay, how we should consider A, B and C. Okay, the whole game is of considering terms. Okay, inequality. Okay, how you think how you approach a problem considering terms. So now let's move on next question. Okay, which is this question, and this question is of real importance, and you should understand this question. Okay, with full mind. Okay, the question says, if x comma y comma z and a comma b comma c are two sets of positive real numbers, and x square plus y square plus z square is equals to 25, and a square plus b square plus c square is equals to 36, and ax plus by plus cz is equals to 30, then find the value of x plus y plus z upon a plus b plus c. Okay, now as per the information given, I will consider how many terms: a, y, z as my abc, and a, b, c as my b1, b2, b3. Okay, a1 a2 a3 will be these terms, and b1 b2 b3 will be these terms. Okay, after doing this, what we will do, okay, we will take square of the terms, okay, which will be x square plus y square plus z square, and here a square plus b square plus c square greater than equal to xa yb cz the whole square. Okay, further on, the moment, okay, the moment I do this and put the value, all the values we have, okay, so what I'm getting is 25 into 30 is greater than equal to 30 square, okay, which indirectly 30 will cancel out, and 25, okay, into 30, sorry, this is 36, okay, this will be like this, 30 into 30, which will be nothing but 25 into 6 greater than equal to 5 into 30, which will again cancel out with this 5 into 6, sorry, 5 into 6 greater than equal to 5 into 6, okay, sorry, 6, right. So here you can make out that they are equal. So here, if it is equal, then equality holds, and equality holds, it is possible only in which cases, okay, equality holds when a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon a2 upon, sorry, a1 upon b1 is equals to a2 upon b2 is equals to a3 upon b3. Okay, so what we are going to take, okay, means what we are going to do is take x is equals to some a lambda, okay, a lambda we are going to, and y we are going to sorry, x is equals to a lambda, we are going to, y we are going to take some as b lambda, and z you are going to take c lambda. Okay, now how we can, why we can take these things, okay, this I will make you understand in homogeneous inequality, which we are going to do after this question. Okay, so we can take this x is equals to a lambda, y is equals to b lambda, z is equals to c lambda. Okay, now I will use this value, I will put x y z value in x square plus y square plus z square is equals to 25, which will give me a square plus b square plus c square, and we will take lambda outside, which will give me this, and this will be 25, giving me lambda is equals to 1. Okay, so we got our lambda value. Okay, so what we are going to do, okay, now we are going to find this x plus y plus z value, x plus y plus z upon a plus b plus c. And if you remember, x we take a lambda, we take b lambda, we take this c lambda. Okay, sorry, a plus b plus c square was 36, and this will be 25 by 36 whole square, giving me lambda is equals to 5 by 6. Okay, sorry, and here we have, and here it was a plus b plus c. We will remove the lambda and rest will cancel out, so our final answer will be lambda is what value, nothing but 5 by 6. So 5 by 6 is our answer. Okay, so 5 by 6 is our answer. How we did that? We know that if I consider x y z, or if I consider a b c, I will get the answer. So I consider x is equals to a lambda, y is equals to b lambda, z is equals to c lambda. Substituted lambda, moved out, a plus b plus c cancel out from numerator and denominator, giving me lambda is equals to 5 by 6. Okay, so in this way you have to proceed the inequality question. When inequality appears like the both sides become equal, then you have to consider, okay, any one of the terms equal to 1 in terms of lambda, and then probably in the next step you need to find the lambda using the conditions given. Okay, so these type of questions are equality whole type questions. Okay, so now let's move on to one more thing. Okay, now when you will solve this chapter in detail, okay, if you solve it from not in much detail, then you will not come across this term only. Okay, but if you solve it with means with a serious mind, and means you want to just learn, okay, mathematics, okay, then you will surely come across, okay, in any book you will surely come across this thing, which is called a next thing, Cauchy angel form. angel form. Okay, children pronounce it like angel form. Okay, Cauchy angel form. Okay, this is nothing new thing. Okay, many children create a hype of that this concept is very dangerous. Okay, it is very difficult to understand. Okay, not dangerous, difficult to understand. Okay, with the Cauchy inequality, which was what, a1 square plus a2 square and so on till an square into b1 square, b2 square and so on till bn square greater than equal to what, a1 b1 a2 b2 and so on till an bn. In the proof also I told that this proof is not important. Okay, but then also it was a new inequality, so I proved it. Okay, but angel form appears from this inequality also. If you do a little bit of manipulation, okay, then what will happen, okay, you will get this, you will get the thing in this format, that a1 plus a2 plus a3 into b1 square b2 square b3 square upon a1 a2 a3. From this only you will get this, okay, by some manipulation. Okay, and since the manipulation of is not any important, okay, so I'm not going to, okay, do the manipulation, okay, and waste our time. Okay, so we are straightforwardly going to tell you to just memorize this inequality, plus b2 plus b3 the whole square. Okay, so this is called angel form. Okay, a particular angel form of Cauchy inequality. Cauchy inequality. Okay, so this was Cauchy inequality angel form. Okay, and again, if you know this, then you don't need to do this, but yeah, it helps a lot. Okay, when it comes to problem solving, this form also helps a lot when you will study. Okay, when you will study this chapter in very detail. Okay, if you really want to study, then you will surely come across this word angel form. Then at that moment you should not get surprised. So my purpose was to tell you that it is nothing new. This format of Cauchy inequality appears from this format, okay, by a simple manipulation, okay, which will just waste our time, like the proof. Okay, so just remember this inequality. Okay, so after this, the next inequality which we are going to encounter, okay, is called Nesbit inequality. Okay, Nesbit inequality. Okay, again, this is also a, okay, not a great inequality, just we are going to prove you, so that when some question appears on it, okay, you just don't need to get scared. Although Nesbit inequality question can be solved with am greater than equal to gm, okay, with other methods also. Okay, so don't need to, but my purpose is to not to give you away from any of the concept. Okay, so just keep it, just keep these things in your mind as a source of knowledge. Okay, so Nesbit inequality says what? Nesbit inequality says a upon b plus c plus b upon what, c plus a plus c upon a plus b is what, greater than equal to 3 by 2. This is what Nesbit inequality proves. You can prove this using Cauchy inequality, whatever. How? See this. First, consider this a upon b plus c, b upon c plus a, c upon a plus b. Add 1 to all of them. A, then if the moment I add 1 to all of them like this, and I multiply, I will get a plus b plus c upon b plus c, b plus c plus a upon c plus a, plus c plus a plus b upon a plus b. Okay, now after this step, okay, you just need to learn a concept which is called homogeneous inequality. Inequality, and many teachers don't teach this topic. Okay, but this topic will means sharpen your concept. Okay, whenever there are some terms, okay, whose degree is 0, okay, like here if I consider a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc, it is greater than equal to 0. Okay, now here all the terms, this power degree is 0, degree is 0, degree is 0, degree is 0. Okay, all the terms have degree is 0. Okay, so when this situation appears, okay, automatically many students always take this a plus b plus c is equals to 1. Okay, they consider this. Okay, they are telling that we are doing hit and trial. Okay, in this when such homogeneous equation appears, many students take a plus b plus c is equals to 1. Okay, and using hit and trial, but the logical reason is that, okay, but the logical reason is that you can do this due to homogeneous inequality, which says that if terms are given on all the terms degree is 0. Okay, no x term. Okay, so degree is 0, so you can take a is equals to some a dash k, b is equals to some b dash k, c is equals to some c dash k. Then if you put here a dash k plus b dash k plus c dash k, then automatically, okay, just take it some constant. Okay, I'm telling some constant. Okay, then you can clearly see k will cancel, again you will get a1 b dash plus c dash is equals to 1. And this is not the end, you can take it some 1 2 anything. Okay, homogeneous inequality property is that whenever the degree is 0, you can assume any term, okay, like this, and okay, and solve the equation considering this equation. Okay, because homogeneous equality don't have any degree, so they cancel out in the end, the constant whatever you take. Okay, like here the k cancelled out. Not even, you can even take abc is equals to some k cube. Okay, the moment you do this, a is equals to a dash k, again the moment you put this, b is equals to b dash k, c is equals to c dash k, the all terms a dash b dash c dash into k cube will appear, and as per this was k cube, so a dash b dash c dash is equals to 1. So many children assume this thing also, okay, in homogeneous terms. Okay, and they tell that we are doing hit and trial. No, they are not doing hit and trial. Okay, it is just a pure concept of homogeneous inequality. Okay, remember that I was telling that in many questions, when they give you some terms, they always give you x plus y plus z is equals to 1. They give you that this is homogeneous equality, then you can surely take this thing. Okay, so you must now understand why they give you in question x plus y plus z. Okay, the reason is that it is a homogeneous inequality, and in homogeneous inequality, even if they don't tell you, you can consider, you are free to consider x plus y plus z is equals to 1. Okay, so this was homogeneous inequality, that's with the degree of the terms are 0. You are free to consider these things. Okay, but you are not allowed to consider a is equals to 1, b is equals to 1, c is equals to 1. This is pure, okay, hit and trial. Okay, and this is not, okay, any conceptual thing. Okay, you are not allowed to do this thing. Okay, so now after telling you this thing, okay, where we were. Okay, here in Cauchy-Angel form, Nesbit inequality, sorry, a plus b plus c, since here all the terms, okay, have degree 0, okay, then I am allowed to take a plus b plus c is equals to 1. You can see x degree 0. Okay, all the terms degree are 0, there is no x term, so I am free to allow a plus b plus c is equals to 1. If at the moment I take this, I will get a plus this c plus a 1 upon a plus b. Okay, now I will apply Cauchy-Angel form. You can apply Cauchy form, no, not a problem, just make you comfortable with Angel form, that way. Okay, Cauchy-Angel form, I will consider these terms a my abc. A1 will be what, b plus c, a2 will be what, c plus a, a3 will be what, a plus b. Okay, and b1 will be what, 1, b2 will be what, 1, b3 will be 1. The moment I apply by Cauchy form, b plus c plus a1 plus a2 plus a3 into b1 square by a1, b2 square by a2, b cube by b cube, b3 square by a3 into okay, is greater than equal to b1 plus b2 plus b3 the whole square. The moment I apply, add all the abc's, I get the c plus a and a plus b into, okay, b1 square is 1 upon b plus c, 1 upon c plus a, 1 upon a plus b. It is greater than what, 1 plus 1 plus 1, okay, the whole square, sorry. So from here you can get 2 a plus b plus c, and here this is nothing but the thing which we want to prove is greater than equal to this 1 upon c plus a plus 1 upon a plus b. Okay, is greater than equals 3 square 9, and the moment, okay, the moment this is 1, the moment I move this that side, I will be left with 1 plus b plus c, 1 upon c plus a, 1 upon a plus b, okay, greater than equal to 9 by 2. Okay, okay, so it is great. This value is what, something 4 point, okay, and this was 3.2, it was 1 point, so it is surely greater than that, hence proved. Okay, so we just wanted to prove that it is greater than 1 by 2, and here it is surely greater than 1 by 2, which is 4 point something, 4.5. okay, so 4 point, not 4 point, 4 point, yeah, 4.5. okay, so the moral of the story is that this was Nesbit inequality. Okay, and many times they give you, okay, this you can solve by AMGM, okay, Cauchy-Shaw, okay, not a issue, you can solve it, but I want to use angel form, okay, and make you comfortable, and don't want it to make you okay, feel whenever Nesbit inequality appears, okay, there is no questions on Nesbit inequality, but you should know that if they give you some expression like this, yeah, this is Nesbit inequality, okay, and how it comes, okay, just you need to know the structure of this inequality. Okay, that was my total intention. Okay, there was no intention, okay, to scare you, okay, that this is some inequality. Now what I was telling, the most important thing which I was telling in the end, I'm going to tell you. Okay, in inequality section, inequalities, this is the last video of inequalities. Remember that am greater than equal to gm greater than equal to hm, and the rest inequalities which are, okay, mth power, okay, which I call weighted means, again Cauchy-Shaw, Nesbit, and one more thing, homogeneous. Okay, this you already know. Okay, these questions rarely appears, okay, rarely appears from these are just part of the, this is the your portion, okay, mth power weighted means are the your portion, okay, m greater than equal to gm, and this is also very rare chance of asking, but in institution, in the booklet they give you this. Okay, so in institution they ask you question on this. Okay, so my purpose was to tell you, okay, and teach you this thing. Okay, but remember that almost when in ITJ exam, almost 90% chance, okay, are of asking questions from this. Okay, okay, till now, okay, they have always asked from question from am greater than equal to, not even hm, okay, hm also in rarely case, but mostly from am greater than equal to gm. So I'll focus on this section. Okay, if you don't understand this part, fine, leave this, but my purpose was it will just increase your knowledge only and make you more comfortable in equality. Okay, and this thing is very general, you are using from your childhood, but you don't remember, so I told you in detail what is homogeneous inequality. And with this, okay, we are going to some little bit of more questions. Okay, and then we are going to wind up the session. Okay, so let me get the questions. Okay, so the next question which we are going to come across, okay, inequality we are done with. Okay, I'm doing some questions, okay, normal questions, and then we are going to wind up this chapter. If a is greater than 0, comma b is greater than 0, c is greater than 0, and the minimum value of a square into b plus c plus b square into c plus a plus c square into a plus b is k a p c, then k is what? Okay, you need to find this. Okay, so in this question what we are going to do, okay, you can just simply open the terms. Okay, what you get, a square b plus a square c plus b square c plus b square. Okay, these are very simple questions, okay, which I'm going to teach you now. C square b. Okay, so these terms are I'm getting, so I will apply straightforward am greater than equal to gm, which will give me this. I want to know this value, ab plus a square c, okay, plus b square c plus b square a plus, okay, plus c square a plus c square b upon how many terms are there, 1 2 3 4 5 6, divided by 6, greater than equal to, okay, 2 2 1, okay, 2 2 2 2, okay, 6, a power 6, b power 6, and c power 6 upon 1 by 6, which gives me greater than equal to abc. Okay, here this is what, a square b plus c, okay, plus b square c plus a. It has came from opening this. Okay, so I can write this as simply as this, a plus b, and I can move 6 here. So by comparing this with this I can make out that k is nothing but k is equals to 6. K is equals to what? 6. Okay, so it was very easy question. Okay, you just need to just compare the terms and get your answer. Now let's move on to the next question, which is this question. If a comma b comma c comma d and p are distinct real numbers such that a square plus b square plus c square into p square minus 2 into ab plus bc plus cd into p plus b square plus c square plus d square is less than equal to 0, then a comma b comma c comma d are in ep gp hp, okay, or none of this. Okay, so how we are going to solve this? Okay, if you observe a little bit, okay, open this. Okay, what you are getting? A square p square b square p square c square p square 2abp 2bcp 2cdp plus b square plus c square plus d square less than equal to 0. If you observe clearly, you will come to know this is a square p square, this is a square p square minus 2a a square p square. Okay, this is 2abp, and if I take this b square, okay, and arrange them, b square p square minus 2bcp plus c square. Similarly, this last one, c square p square minus 2cp plus c square cdp, and this will be d square, okay, less than equal to 0. Then here you can see this is nothing but a minus b the whole square, b minus c the whole square, and this is nothing but c minus d the whole square is less than equal to 0. And square terms, okay, if okay, they can only be they can only be what they can, here they are telling, okay, let me check whether the question is right or wrong. It should be less, it should be greater than equal to 0. Okay, but doesn't matter. Okay, they can at the most can be equal to 0, or they can always be greater than 0. Okay, so only one case is possible since it is given less than 0, so less than case will be removed, and only case will be possible. ab minus is equals to 0, b minus c is equals to 0, and c minus d is equals to 0. That is, a is equals to b, c is equals to d, c is equals to b, and c is equals to d, c is equals to b. So by here, okay, sorry, this will be AP, BP, CP, sorry, this or there was P also. Then it will be what? PA, P, sorry, BP, and here it was CP, no? Okay, CP. Then we will have CP is equals to D, which will give me P is equals to B by C, P is equals to C by B, giving me P is equals to D by C. So here you can see the ratios, okay, B by C, C by B, okay, D by C. So it is a GP, it is a GP, constant ratio. Okay, so in this way you have to solve, okay, these questions, okay, and let me do some more 2-3 questions, and then we will end up this session. Okay, so the next question is this. Okay, this question is asked in many ways in many books. Okay, sometimes they give you in AP. Okay, just you need to know that if the terms are in this, okay, GP, then if we take their log, okay, terms will be in HP, AP. Okay, just that concept which we taught you in GP properties. Okay, if you recall that properties, then you will surely going to get this answer is correct for sure. But if you forget that those properties, then you will not be able to correct this question. Okay, because this question just requires that thing only. Okay, so let's take L is equals to B is Y is equals to CZ. Okay, since they are equal, let's consider them equal to some lambda value. Then what we can, A is equals to 1 by x lambda, B is equals to lambda power 1 by y, and C is equals to lambda power 1 by z. Okay, I can equate them individually. Then since it is in GP, B square is equals to AC, so I can put lambda value, lambda is equals to 2 power 1 by y, okay, is equals to lambda power 1 by x is equals to lambda power 1 by z, giving me finally 2y. If I equate the power is equals to 1x plus 1z. How I can write this? Since base are same, I can add them. Okay, so we are getting this, which gives you that 1 by x, 1 by y, 1 by z are in what? Are in AP. So x, y, z are in HP. So using HP concept, I can do one thing. Okay, so we want x cube plus z cube. Okay, the moment I apply x cube plus z cube by 2 greater than, that is am greater than equal to gm, we get what, x cube into z cube the whole power 1 by 2, which gives you xz by 3 by 2. Okay, so we are getting this thing. Okay, now what to do? Okay, so we need to get this value. Okay, xz value. For that, let's apply gm greater than equal to hm. Okay, then what we are going to get, on xz, then we will have x plus z by 2, sorry, under root xz greater than equal to 2 upon x plus z. Sorry. Okay, when the numbers are in hm, I can clearly say xz hm means hm will be y, so I don't need to apply the formula. Okay, so xz under root xz. Okay, here I can write it as xz the whole power 3 under root. So here I got this under root xz. Okay, now here it is less than. Okay, and I can substitute it, because it will be, means equality holds when you substitute a number which is less than that also. If I tell that 4 is greater than 2, and if I substitute instead of here 2, I write it 1, then also this is correct, valid, because it will always be going to less than 4. Okay, so in equality property you can substitute a number less than that. Okay, if you observe, it is less than this. Okay, so I can surely substitute this. Okay, then the moment I substitute this here, what I'm going to get, x cube plus z cube upon 2 is y power 3. Okay, y cube, and 2 will move this, we will get the maximum value as 2y cube. Okay, so okay, this is our answer. Sorry, 2y cube, this is our answer. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. The terms will be okay. So this is the question: if x greater than 1, y greater than 1, z greater than 1 are in GP, then 1 upon 1 plus log ex, 1 upon 1 plus log ey, 1 upon 1 plus log ez are in what? Okay, and this question we have already dealt, but since the when I was making the questions, okay, not collecting the questions, I got it again, so we are going to solve it. Okay, so when if I take x, y, z are in GP, okay, the moment I take log on both sides, on throughout, okay, throughout, this will automatically convert into AP. So log x, log y, log z, if I have taken, are in AP. Okay, if I have taken exponential, then it will be in okay, HM, harmonic mean. Okay, but since I am taking log, so it will be in AP. Okay, and this property I have told you in while teaching GP properties. Okay, so you cannot tell that you have not taught. Okay, in the next step we are going to add 1, and in any this thing also I have told that in AP I can free to allow any constant. Okay, provided I add them to all the terms. Now I will take the invert, which will give me log ex, which will say that they are in HP. So this question was a very easy question. Okay, and this was HP. Okay, just AP properties, logarithmic, if you don't know, you cannot start only. Okay, then addition properties of constant number, just taking reciprocal, which gives it that it is in HP. Now let's move on. The next question which we are going to come across. Okay, the last question of this session is if x is equals to log 3, okay, to the base 5 plus log 5 to the base 7 plus log 7 to the base 9. Okay, then we want to get the x value. Okay, so if I take these terms and apply am greater than equal to gm, apply 5 by 3 by 5 log 5 by 7 plus log 7 by 9 by 3 is greater than equal to what? Log 3 by 5, okay, into log 5 by 7 into log 7 by 9 the whole power 1 by 3. Okay, so what is going to happen is we are going to take log 3 to the power log 5. If I just open this log 5 to the log 7 and here log, just wait, what we can do, log 7 to the base 9, if we just play smartly, we can write, I can see the terms are cancelling out. This term will also cancel. If I observe it like this, I can write it 3 square, which will give me, since when there is base power it goes in denominator, so log 7 by 3 the base 1 by 2. This is the property. If you don't know, just remember this now from now on. So I can write this 1 upon 2 log 7 to the base log 3. So here it is 1 by 3, but if you observe, this will cancel out with this will cancel out with this will cancel out with this. 1 by 2 the power 1 by 3, which will indirectly give 2 power minus 1 by 3. And here if I move, it is x upon 3, and x is what, greater than or equal to 3 into 2 power minus 1 by 3. So from here it was proved. And it is not a difficult question, it is a very easy question. Now let's talk about our chapter sequence and series completed. I will tell you reality, everything is completed except logarithmic and exponential series. And since it applies binomial, it uses binomial, I am not taking it. But after teaching binomial, I will back after teaching binomial theorem, I will come and teach you this logarithmic and exponential, and the second thing which I am doing, trigonometric series, which I will teach you after completing trigonometry part of Singhage. There also I will teach you, and here also I will teach you, so twice revision. Now provided one more thing, rest all the things, inequality, different types of series, telescopic series, HP, GM. Why one thing, many institute teachers, they will teach you, just they tell you for knowledge purpose, so I'm not going to, this is, and here it is also greater than RMS. There is a general order pattern. These three are greater, RMS is greater than 3 of them, root mean square. Just remember this for knowledge purpose, but there is of no use. Teachers just write this for show purpose. There is no use, but since there should nothing be missed, so I'm telling you that RMS is greater than equal to HM, greater than equal to GM, greater than HM, but our portion is considered with this only. We will never talk about this. So teachers teach you, that's your point. But there is no use of this. Just keep it as a knowledge purpose. As per our ITJ is concerned, this much is more than enough in inequality. The other inequality is just to make you comfortable in inequality section. I have taught you complete inequalities, just exponential series and logarithmic series are left, and trigonometric series, which I have told you, plus the quadratic equation questions, which are some left. I think 2 or 3 questions, which I told sequence series concept will be done after solving the exercise part of inequality. And what inequality plus doing institution booklet. I'm not going to reveal the institution name, because I don't want to get any copyright, or something like that issue. Institution booklet. I have uploaded 10 problem solving courses which are plus 1 plus R, and there are some which are 2 plus R. So you can watch them and increase your problem solving skill more, because in the end problem solving skill is going to get you selected rather than this knowledge thing. Many teachers will teach you, but there will be no purpose unless and until you don't know the problem solving. There is a saying that you should know less knowledge, but you should be capable of using that less knowledge in many ways. Okay, that makes you different from other people's. Okay, more on, we are done with sequence series, and this was last lecture. As far as I am concerned, logarithmic exponential series are left, but after binomial we are going to cover them, and after trigonometry we are going to cover the trigonometric series. So if you like the content, okay, till now I have not told you to ever to subscribe my channel, okay, or do anything, but please subscribe the channel because it helps a lot. Okay, please watch the video, it will just increase your confidence. Okay, the video is just made with pure intention that you should get complete content. Okay, and you can compare with any teachers. Okay, the content which you are going to get, okay, it's completely in depth. Okay, and you don't need to refer any books any further. Okay, this is more than enough. So many questions. Okay, after solving there will be more than 800 questions on sequence and series. Okay, all the questions different, plus previous year question which we will solve. Okay, so you can see how much content it is. You just need to revise them, and okay, and just subscribe the channel, share it with your friends. Okay, this will help us a lot. Thank you. See you back on Omega Pi IIT JEE and GATE. Okay, take care.